Mark Hamill is set to reprise the role of Jedi Master Luke Skywalker for the very last time in the Star Wars sequel trilogy by J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, that's one thing that a lot of people are very excited to see on the big screen is, of course, exactly what J.J. Abrams will be doing for the character of Luke in Episode 9. Now, coming out of The Last Jedi, a lot of people are just hoping that J.J. is able to knock this movie out of the park and will actually be a smashing success here in comparison to both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. Now, if we look at everything that has been happening these past couple of days or so, we are getting very close to the end of filming of this movie. We do know that currently, Mark Hamill is very much hard at work on filming some of his scenes for the character of Luke throughout the month of January and February, just before they end. Now, these past couple of months or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art, and storyboard descriptions, etc. Now, one of which has all to do with one of the set designs that will have all to do with Mark Hamill's portrayal of the character of Luke Skywalker. Specifically, Mark Hamill is set to shoot a sequence during the month of January over in Cardington, all by himself. No other actors or actresses will be working with Hamill for the scene. It's described that Hamill will have to stand very still, that will require next-generation technology to be mapped on his face. It's described that Hamill will shoot the scene without his beard, and will be dressed in a black cloak. It's also described to be a historical moment in the Star Wars films, and what Luke will be able to do will blow fans away. It's said that this has to do with one of Luke's new powers that will be a highlight of the movie. It will take around 2 days to shoot with Hamill placed on the edge of a narrow rock, almost like the shape of the Pride Rock in Lion King. Another sequence will involve Mark Hamill to raise his hands up, while the lighting crew operates certain techniques to emulate electricity. So, let me say one thing here, this sounds very, very exciting. Now, the one reason as to why I'm very much curious about this has all to do with how this is going to be a historical moment in the Star Wars films. What kind of new power is this going to be for the character of Luke? And what's with the next generation technology that's going to be mapped over Luke's face? Now, we do know that he's not going to have a beard for this scene, and this also lines directly up with how Mark Hamill presented himself on Instagram. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, where he's with his daughter and you don't see a beard at all. So everything is really lining up here. Now, the thing here is that it's actually described to be a historical moment in the Star Wars films, and what Luke will be able to do will blow fans away, and it has something to do with one of Luke Skywalker's new powers in Episode 9. Now, I know that some of you guys may rush to saying that this is just going to be him turning into a Force ghost or a different version of a Force ghost, but I think it's more than that. I think what's happening here, and this is just my prediction, I think what's happening here is that this is a sequence that Mark Hamill is shooting for, yes, a Force ghost, but what a Force ghost can do in a Star Wars movie. I think that what J.J. Abrams is trying to do here is to really kind of expand off of the line by Obi-Wan Kenobi in A New Hope, where he says, "Strike me down and I will become more powerful than you can ever imagine." I think J.J. is trying to really expand that idea and really kind of, discover what a Force ghost can really do in a Star Wars film. We got a hint of what Yoda did in The Last Jedi by emulating the weather over Ahch-To by using lightning to strike the tree and set it ablaze. So here, what is Luke Skywalker doing? Why is there going to be new generation tech all over his face, mapping over his face? Is this to make him look young, perhaps? I'm not quite sure what's going on, but nonetheless, this sounds amazing. Now, he's going to be placed on this narrow rock that's described as a rock that looks similar to that of Pride Rock from The Lion King. If you guys ever look at Pride Rock, you'll get an idea of how this actual piece of scenery could very well be in Episode 9. And the lighting crew, alright, the operators, actually using certain techniques to actually emulate electricity, tells me that this is going to be one of the most epic moments for the character of Luke, either in the form of a Force ghost or whatever is really happening here. I would honestly be so surprised, and I would honestly just be truly shocked if this was indeed the moment in which Luke Skywalker comes back to life. Even though I think that there's a slim chance, maybe slim to no chance at all, of Luke actually coming back to life, there's still a chance, you know, there is still a chance that J.J. Abrams is lying to us and to Mark Hamill, that Luke Skywalker is dead. Get used to it all. He could always be doing something in the background here. So let's not get our hopes up too much when it comes to Luke coming back to life, but I think that something truly epic is happening here. You know, how it's described as a historical moment in the Star Wars films, and that it's going to blow fans away. What is really going on here? So let me know what you guys think about all of this. We do know that Mark Hamill actually shot scenes before a couple of months ago, brief scenes, and now he's actually doing all of the final scenes for the character of Luke throughout the months of January and February, you know, just before they end filming and head into post-production. Of course, you know, reshoots probably will happen for this movie on and off. It shouldn't be too significant. I don't think they ran into too many problems. They did do some script rewrites and adjustments here and there, but nothing too crazy. Everything really is starting to line up here, and I'm very excited to see with what Mark Hamill will be doing in this movie. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.